There are some people that have a positive outlook, and they're using some of this retrocausality process. Some of the things that they're saying are happening, from my perspective, haven't necessarily happened yet, but could happen if enough people get behind it. So I'm not going to even say who they are, because I want you all to say, yes, they're right, let's get behind it and be positive. But from my perspective, when I'm telling you these things, I'm telling you these things from my own direct experience. It's not retrocausality. It's not trying to give you a positive spin on things so that you think positively and make it happen. I'm telling you what happens on the higher planes eventually manifests on the lower planes. We have many helpers on the higher planes that are rooting for our success, but I know from my own direct experience there are people that are on the negative side that have been trying to enslave humanity, and they've spoken to me. It's already been almost 5 years, October, it's 5 years now, where they basically acknowledged, even with all their advanced technologies, looking forward into the future, with their looking glass technologies and that, they know there's no timeline where they win. And they've said this to me, they've admitted it to me. I said, okay, fine, well, why don't you just back off and let everything manifest nicely and have a smooth transition? And they don't have a good answer for that. But it goes back to that story of the scorpion asking the turtle, hey, can you help me cross this river? And the turtle crawls into a shell and says, well, I'm not going to do that, because if I were to help you across the river, you might sting me and kill me. He goes, well, why would I do that? If I were to sting you, we'd both drown. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, go ahead, get on my back, get on my shell. And he starts across the river, and all of a sudden he feels a sting in his neck. He goes, what are you doing? You know we are both going to drown now. He goes, I know, but it's just my nature. And that's their nature, is they just, even though they know there's no possible future where they win, they just keep on fighting. And at the same time, from an even higher perspective, what you come to understand is by introducing all this negativity and dissonance, it's giving every person on earth, even the people here who are in general much more aware of what's going on in the world, and they're not taking in by any of the false flags, even in this particular city. So you're more advanced, but every single person is going to have a chance to make a choice. And so in some sense, the reason everything's been dragged out longer than it needs to be, from 5 years ago, and they said, we have no chance of winning, okay, let's just do it. They don't do that. It's their nature to fight. But the other side is it's giving every person who's half asleep, they're still watching football, drinking beer, and wondering, what changed? Wait, something's different. Well, wake up. You have to make a choice now. Do you want to be in service to others? Do you want to be in service to self? You got to, and when your job disappears, when all these negative things happen to you, this negativity is introducing you so that you have a chance to make a decision to help the world, to do something that's positive for the world. And I've already seen what's going to happen, and it's not so much that I'm looking into the future to see what the possibilities are. It's I'm looking because what's on the higher plane, all those negative entities that used to influence things and used to hide what was going on Earth, they're gone. That's part of what I do. I get rid of them. And other people like me get rid of them. And so all that is hidden will be revealed. It's happening right now. You can see it before your eyes. I just have maybe a little bit of an insight because that's what I spend 8 hours a day on that plane, not here on the physical plane looking at the mundane things that are happening. But I can tell you that's what's happening on the higher plane will manifest in the physical, and that's why I'm so optimistic about the world's future.